Yeah, it seems like I scheduled two live at the same time. Okay. They're telling me that this live is, I'm sorry, it's about the fake 911 claims. Let me see. It says the faking of 911 NYPD and other departments medical claim. Yeah. It's a thing. You know, ever since 911 happened. Let me put a title on this. Um, I did put a title. Okay. Anyway, so ever since 9/11, which was a tragedy for the country, you know, a lot of people have passed away, and what they have been claiming, in most part, is true. You know, they died from complications of the 9/11 tragedy. That was the earliest stage. You understand? Then, as the years passed, more and more claims has gone in. And I'm not saying no, but these claims are a slippery slope. So then the family who's getting all this money, they're like, hey, I'm getting a lot of money, for the claims. And my husband passed, or my mate passed, if it was in the case of a woman. My mate passed, my husband or wife passed. And this is a good thing. Earlier on, years ago, I was keeping up with all that stuff. I was seeing the squandering going on of the families and the money, and they was doing this, they was doing that. Nothing productive. And I'm not saying all, but some. So that's why they kept asking for extensions, because I think the 9/11 fund was supposed to just be a short thing, and then they started fighting in Congress to get it to be a regular thing, because now people got used to all this money, and then the offices and the departments that was down there, the fire departments and the departments that was down there, they was like, yo, I gotta get into this. Meanwhile, they're being very destructive with their bodies. They've been being very destructive with their health. So they came up with a plan. Just like in my previous vlog about NYPD Latino community is using their badge to push up on people to get money and property and try to take over the drug game. Yeah, the family, the Latinos, the Hispanics, whatever you want to call it, the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, the Haitians because they're close to Dominican Republic, and the Indians from India. They're trying to take off. They're trying to take over the drug game. They're trying to take over properties and stuff like that. Because, real estate is in, but they're trying to steal properties. They're not trying to buy them. And then what they do is use their families who have a badge. Any department, could be a transit cop, it could be police department. Because first it started off in PD. Then it trickled over to other agencies in the Spanish Indian community. Latino, I should say. Indian community. A lot of people are going to be offended. It sounds offensive. It really does. Oh, she's picking on, Puerto Ricans, and I'm not picking on them. It's happening. And they're relying on you guys, the good part of the Latino community, to get offended of what I'm saying and come after me. But it's true. They're shaking people down, all walks of life, for business ideas so they can do it. You understand? What they use their badge so they can surveil the person, put cameras around them, put listening devices in their homes, in their cars, whatever, track them down. You understand? And even when the 3 months passed, they continue to do it on the low. So therefore, their family start doing it with them. You understand? So that now a regular Joe Schmo family is watching you in your house, if they have cameras in your house, watching you around your property. So now they getting real nasty. They stopping you from dating. Why? Because whoever comes to your door, they find out about it, and now they're gonna threaten that person not to come back. If you have a carpenter comes to your house to fix your house, they want their family who's a carpenter to get that job. So if they see you trying to hire somebody else, because that's the problem I'm having now. I'm trying to hire a thing because they bust open my backyard. They want to teach me a lesson. They blamed it on somebody else. You understand? They busted open my backyard, so I had to file an insurance claim. They're trying to shake down the insurance people. They're trying to shake me down. They telling people, oh, you're not going to get it done unless you want our people do it. And I'm like, oh, for real? Is this for real? And it's real. They couldn't do it to, they couldn't threaten, they couldn't scare me, so they scare all the carpenters and contractors. And then I go outside to pick up mail or something. If I get mail, because they're going through my mail. I see all these cards with their family. I throw them in the garbage. This is what NYPD is doing. This is what Latino officers in all divisions is doing. You understand? And I tell you this story not to jump from one story to the next, but it's going to make sense when I tell you. So now I'm trying to get a carpenter. They want me to hire their family who is carpenter or someone within their cipher. When I order stuff, they try to make it hard for anybody else but them. They want a portion of everything a person does now. All the people that they're scrutinizing, they want a portion of everything. Even when you order Uber, they downloaded something on your phone. That's where the Indians come in because they're good with programming. So they download something on your phone because they got a thing going on with the Indian community. Indian with a dot, not the feather. So the East Indians. So when they download something on your phone, because when you order phone, I'm sick at home. So I'm ordering phones from T-Mobile because I keep having problems with my thing. So I'm thinking, okay, let me just order a new phone. Maybe it's time for a new phone. They intercepted my phone, opened my phone, downloaded whatever app they had to download. It can't come off. So they're seeing everything I'm doing. You understand? And they're manipulating the app. So anytime I order something, it's at $3 extra, you know, or something is going on. Or they intercept the driver or whatever. The Latino officers, not just NYPD, transit, anything with an officer, sheriff, anything with officer, and their family, brothers, sisters, cousin, is doing this in the Latino community and the Indian community, okay, and the Haitian community. But it's just like a couple of the Haitians, not all it's the family. Why? Because they're around living with these guys, so they kind of pulled them into their cipher. So now the Haitian that lives here is circling, trying to find what Haitian is going to help them get into this clique and get into the cipher. So it's not all of them. And it's not all the Latino community. I'm talking about families. But then, you know, with Latinos, they run deep. Because one woman or one guy in a Latino family can have 4 or 5 kids. You understand? And then so on and so forth and on. And the kids is in it too. Children as young as 4. As young as 4 in this clique is involved. So anyway. So now they see that they can get over with the 911 because in my case they threatening doctors. They threatening the doctors that decide what they're dying from and dying with. So the doctors sign off that they're dying from 911 complications. Ergo, they called a hit on me. So my legs was broken. So therefore, who showed up? Spanish officers and Indian. And who showed up with the what do you call it? The ambulance. One fat Spanish guy and somebody else. And I'm on the floor. I can't walk. I can't do anything because when I fell, I thought it was just a fall. So I'm trying to get up. I couldn't get up. My legs was twisted and mangled. You understand? Because they threw stuff on the floor. They was running after my car. They was doing everything. So they were supposed to come and lift me up in the gurney. They're supposed to lower the gurney, put me on the gurney, then lift me up and put me in the ambulance. This MF pulled me up on my broken legs because they wanted to say that my legs wasn't broken or nothing was wrong with my legs. So they pulled me up and broke the other leg. Then, or made it worse. Then I had this big gash on my face, on my forehead, because I hit the brick wall. I think I fell out. Anyway, they took me to the ambulance. They found every bump they could be, and they took me to the hospital, thinking that it was just gonna be some whatever. The doctors came to me. They said, we have to operate as soon as possible. Both your legs are broken. So after, they operated on me, I had some great doctors or whatever. You can hardly tell. And there go the trick. The trick is, now that I'm suing the people who did it. That's their crew now. So the cops is trying to protect their crew. So they trying to doctor up the paperwork. Oh, she had this operation planned. She had the knee surgery planned from, I never went to the knee doctor once. Regular doctors, yes. The GN, dentist, whatever. Yeah, nothing for my knee. So then I started getting headaches and stuff, and they tricked me into going to see, they fixing their shit. They doing shit on the slick. Yeah, that if you don't want the defendant to see certain doctors, yes, you're allowed to do that if you're in a lawsuit, but not by trickery. So I'm in the hospital because I was in the hospital for 6 months, the rehab center, 6 months. I couldn't walk for 5 of those months. I couldn't walk because the doctor said I can't put any pressure on my leg. So 5 of the months I couldn't walk. The last month, he told me now I can put my foot on the floor, put some pressure. Then the next week he told me I can start moving. The next week he told me I can try to start walking. The last week he told me how to try to walk up the stairs. You understand? So it's like being a baby. I have to learn everything all at once. But you're in rehab and you just had a major surgery. So you're doing it, but you're still not 100%. I think I was like 20%, even when I was trying to walk up the stairs, because he had to help me. But anyway, so now they see that I'm going to my doctor's appointment or whatever. It's going to make sense in a minute. They're trying to doctor up my medical file. Then when I told my lawyer about it, then they try to cock block me from going to see the doctor. So they said they had the receptionist say, there's no doctors available in the orthopedic department to see me. So now, mind you, the receptionist is Haitian. I'm suing the Haitians because the cops and the other people in the neighborhood told all the kids on the block to do what they did and come after me. So that's why, and everything happened in the Haitian household, on the Haitian property. So now the Haitians going around in the hospital telling all the Haitians whatever they tell them. So every time I go in there, I'm always being cock blocked by getting an appointment. But I noticed a whole bunch of Dominicans hanging around. I'm like, okay. So then the last time, the receptionist said, I'm arguing with the receptionist. Why can't I get an appointment to see my doctor? And she yelled out, the police. She said, because the police told me not to give it to you. You understand? So it may not be just the Haitians. It's the police, the Dominicans, and the Puerto Rican officers. Why I say those two? Because the person that I was having arguments with is Puerto Rican. His friend is Dominican. They went into the police department, or his ex-wife. She's half and half, I think. So anyway, so those two got together. Oh, they spread whatever. But what I'm saying is, I told that story a few minutes ago. But what I'm saying is, they was doctoring up my paperwork to look like nothing happened to me, that it was an ordinary surgery of knee replacement. Then when I go into the x-ray department, the x-ray department is Indian. My neighbor is Indian, and the Puerto Rican guy, brother-in-law, is Indian. He's married to his sister. Plus his baby mama is Indian. The Spanish guy, one of his baby mothers is Indian. So now the Indian community in the hospital is cock blocking me or trying to make my injury like it never happened or it's not as serious as it is. Because I went to get x-rays one time and they told me the x-ray machine is not working out of weight. I'm like, okay, I've seen like 4 people go in one after the other. How come when I come, it's a problem? They did something, all right? So they came to me, they said, oh, they did the thing and they said, oh, there's a problem with the machine. We have to send it downstairs. Weeks later, I find out that a Spanish assistant doctor, I don't even know if she was a doctor. I know she was Spanish because she had to sign off on it. Looked over my x-rays and going to say, oh, her injuries is not as serious as it was. So I said, who the fuck asked you? My doctor sent me right to the thing, and I went to the receptionist. Why did you send my x-rays down to this woman? I don't even know this woman. My doctor is like 2 doors down. Why did you send it downstairs and then send it up here? And I asked my doctor. My doctor said that he never asked her for her fucking opinion. Oh, well, you know, Miss G, the machine wasn't working that day, and she was the doctor on board. No, my doctor was on board. Why didn't you just send it to my doctor? Why you have to send it to some Spanish so-called doctor downstairs? No fucking body asked her for her fucking opinion. And why is her name on my thing like she is my doctor? She's not my fucking... I never met the woman. I said, so y'all trying some bullshit. You want to put that in my record to make it stay in my record, to make it look like another opinion was needed. And she says that my thing is not serious and I'm healing and blah, blah, blah. You understand? The thing is on. So anyway, so all of them in the fix. So right now I'm still in arguments with them trying to get a doctor's appointment because they trying to cock block me from that. Anyway, the 911. So I'm watching a couple of shows and a lot of doctors was coming out and saying how I came about it. It was this one fire department person. He was dying from complications of 911, which I think was a lie. So the doctor put on his record 9/11. He's dying now. So he's trying to find a way of getting money for his family because he's dying. His name was Rodriguez. That's the last person. I remember his name because when I saw the interview, I'm like, yeah, he's dying, but I don't think it's from 9/11. You understand? But I'm like, okay, could be. So they said he died of cancer from 9/11 or whatever. Just like they want to come up and say, oh, the injection, what do you call it? The COVID injection. They want to come up with all the stuff that COVID injection is doing is a plot against black people and minorities and all that fucking bullshit. I got the injection and the 2 other shots, and I'm fine. It's just a plot for the future lawsuit. Because with everything, there's going to be some kind of... But the government didn't go out intentionally. But, they got to make their money somehow. So these dumb black people going around telling people not to get the COVID vaccine. Because the COVID vaccine is going to cause this, cause that. It's going to cause more problems if you didn't take it. Don't believe the hype. They always want something to argue with. And they looking towards the 4 years. Who is going to get elected? So if somebody come up sick and it may not even be the injection, probably won't. Probably ain't. You understand? I took the 2 boosters and the regular shot. And I'm fine. And I know a couple of other people and they fine. All this bullshit, playing with people's lives for a fucking lawsuit. So now y'all want to fucking drain the city with your 911 fucking claims. And you're not telling the people that you're fucking threatening the doctors. Because you want to fucking retire making fucking money. And the people who did suffer with the problems of the 911, you understand? You're making a fucking mockery of it. You're making a mockery of it. The country suffered a hard hit. And every fucking thing is a money scheme. Every fucking thing is a money scheme. So you want to drain the city so you can go drink your life away, snort your coke. Yeah, there's a lot of high officers in the 69th precinct, let me tell you. But they want to blame it on, what's that new thing now? That new drug that they putting in the thing and everybody falling out? So now they want to blame, when they get caught sniffing they coke or doing their drugs, they blame it on that, damn, what is it? Oh, God. Whew, damn. I wish I was thing on certain drugs. But yeah, it's this new drug that everybody's taking. And it's ruining people's lives. So they want to say, just by being in the same area of this drug and you inhale it, you can go out. So since a lot of officers, is always doing drug busts and stuff, they fell out. No, you was getting ready to get a fucking drug test, because I was an officer. They give you randoms. You understand? And your system got drugs in it because you just sniffed coke last night, because that's what y'all do. You understand? The thing that officer can do, we can drink. You understand? But we can't take drugs. But some of y'all officers take drugs. You understand? So y'all was getting fucking high. You getting ready to get a drug test. And you got to come up with something. So you said, oh, I did a bust last night. So, I was around that drug. I'm going to get the name of it soon. I've been around that drug, so it was in my system. So now they're doing all these stories about how these officers are falling out, being in the presence of this drug. So they can all doctor up their fucking drug test when they failed it. You understand? So now they're going around bleeding the 9/11 fund for their personal business. These people. And I'm not just talking about city workers. I'm talking about regular workers. Regular people. Have you been around the 9/11 thing every year and blah, blah, blah? You too can do a lawsuit. I was around there. I ain't put in no claim. You understand? But if you was around there and you killing yourself by drinking and drugging and doing all sorts of bullshit, then you end up with cancer or you end up with some disease and whatever. And it's not the thing. Why you gotta threaten? Why you gotta threaten these doctors? So now all these doctors are claiming all this stuff now. So now, the gays got them lying, and now the PD got them lying, FD got them lying. Everybody got these doctors lying now because you're threatening the doctors. So it's a thing now to threaten doctors. It's a thing now. Why you think all these people are getting what they want? It's a threat. And some of these people don't want to stand out. So they think they're the only one that's giving in. But no, other doctors was threatened, and now those doctors, so now it looked legit. Because if you threaten enough doctors, your stuff start looking legitimate. So they threatening these doctors, just like they threatening me and my child. You understand? With some other stuff that's going on. So it just needs to stop. So this 911 fund needs to stop. It needs to. Because a lot of people are just taking advantage of. And I'm no fucking hater. But our city is going into the ground. Our government is falling apart because of everybody in their fucking schemes. When is enough enough? When is fucking enough enough? I'm saying. Why don't you curb your lifestyle? Because you know that in the long run, y'all gonna force some doctor to say you died of complications of 911, 9/11, and you didn't. Where do you think this money is coming from? So Congress is signing a bill that's gonna be forever 911, and y'all just wait until y'all retirement. Then you're gonna come and say you suffer with cancer or something. Then you're gonna threaten the doctor, you and your cabrons. You understand? And tell the doctor, if you don't, we're going to do this, you're going to do that. And then the doctor have to sign off. I was watching a show the other day, and even at death, the doctor said on the time of death, they're supposed to write down what the person died of. But if there was a chance of complication of other things, in the footnotes, they would say something that it wasn't attributed to, but it was in the system or something. A doctor said that. And he said that he lost his job because he would not put, or did he put it, or whatever. He lost his job because they wanted him to put complications of such and such, complications of 9/11. He said it probably attributed, but it wasn't the cause of. They wanted him to put the cause of, because when you put the cause of, your claim go through. But when you put it was one of the complications, but not the cause, your claim get denied. So they wanted him to put it. He said no. He said he started getting trouble on his job. And therefore someone else put it or whatever. Yeah, he said that. He said there's a shakedown in the 9/11 community. There's a shakedown in the gay community to say that certain things that attributed to being gay is not true, that these people was born that way, it's not a decision, it's this. And then they said it's a shakedown to say if a man feel like a woman and all kinds of bullshit. Because the gays have a lot of money. So they don't have nothing else to spend it on than whatever. And now what happened? People fight. And what happened? They want to take over women's jobs. Yesterday I was watching this show, and this high school student says that not changing topics, this high school student said that the trans boy comes into the girl's bathroom, pulls his dick out and pees, and then don't even announce that he's coming in, because the school is letting him use the girl's bathroom. So she be in the bathroom, and every time she's in the bathroom or whatever, or anytime a girl is in the bathroom, he wants to fight them and argue with them, because she's like, I'm a lady, and I was shocked. I'm a young lady. I was shocked when I seen him come in there and didn't even announce himself. And sometimes if you're in the store as a woman by yourself, sometimes you keep the door open or whatever. So I guess the door was open, and then, she's thinking he comes and looked into the thing, and she looked up and seen him, and she tried to close the thing, and a fight ensued. A boy fighting a girl. And he probably beat the living daylights out of the young lady. So then the mother was called and blah, blah, blah. And the mother went to the school board because it kept happening to different girls with this trans male. I'm saying the story because of the doctor in that case said it's all right for him to go in the girl's bathroom because he was under pressure with saying that if a trans boy feel like a girl, he's a girl. Not even asking how the young lady feels. You're a young lady, you're seeing your period, you're growing into your body, you're getting to know your body, you're confused about a lot of stuff. You don't want to be around a boy when you're in the bathroom. Why, I don't understand why they don't have a trans bathroom. Have a trans bathroom. Young ladies need their precious alone time in moments. But they wouldn't know that because they don't see their period. They don't have cramps. They don't have mood swings. They don't have that. They don't have all the things that goes along with being a woman. But they want the right to do everything a woman does, including sports. Including when they go to jail to go into girls' jail, live as a girl, but rape all the girls in there. There's like 4, 5, 6 cases with trans men raping female inmates. But that's another story. I'm into the 911 thing. So, but to plead my case, it's the doctors again. The doctors are being forced to change certain things on these lists. And that's what he said. He said he had to get out of the profession because they was forcing him out because he wouldn't go along to get along. Similar to me. You understand? So to be using such a tragic thing that happened to New York and to America for your own financial benefit, it is crazy to me. It's really crazy to me. Some people just think it's an endless pot to get free money. But that free money end up in your taxes, your home, your job, your insurance, or whatever. Because the gig is up with some of these communities. And I'm not trying to just pick on the Latin community, but y'all a mess. For real. Y'all trying to take over everything, but y'all can't fix the countries that's already fucked up. All these Spanish countries fucked up, but y'all want to take over New York. Y'all want to take over America. Y'all want to do the most, and y'all don't want to fix y'all fucking countries. And then you going into the thing because, like I said in my last thing, the Latin cops with their Latin family, because it's family grown into friends. So it's not all of the Latin community. Because I know a lot of people's going to get offended. Any job they have now that's in their family, these offices, they're upping the prices on food. They upping the prices on wherever they work. They upping the prices. Even with Con Ed, they got into Con Ed. They doubling the delivery charge. In the hospital, they doubling the copay. That's their own little thing. And they work in the Medicaid department and they work in these medical department. So the billing department got one of their peoples, send out a bill, and Medicaid looks for it. Because they people look for your chart. The people look for your claims. It look random, but it's not. Okay, I sent her claims to Medicaid. I want you to look for it. I want you to take care of it. So they go through it. They act like it's random. And they said, okay, but you're not covered on so-and-so and you have to pay your copay. Meanwhile, you never had a copay because my peoples pay for my shit. So all of a sudden they want to send me some things. So they figure you won't figure it out because there's so many of them. How could all Hispanics be on the tape, Miss Gibbons? You're prejudiced. You don't like us. No, it's a crew of family, and y'all want to cover for each other. So now all of y'all is in a bunch. But first it was a family, and now it's a crew of y'all because y'all wanna do all this rickety shit on the sake of community. Not right or wrong, but fucking community. You understand? So then, you did some bitch like me to call you out on it, because that bitch is gonna sound so fucking racist. Don't pay no mind to her. All the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans gonna come after that fucking bitch. She don't fucking know, cause we roll deep. That's what they saying. And it's true. Everybody takes offense of their community. Everybody. I'm Trini. I hear something, but then I'm like, maybe it's true. Because in the minority community, we like dealing with our shit inwardly. We don't like everybody else knowing our little business. Like light skin versus dark skin in blacks. You understand? And same thing with some of the Spanish community, whatever. They don't like dealing with that outwardly. You understand? In the community, we know it's a problem. So that's what's happening. You understand? So they stinging on, they betting on the whole community coming after what I say, because it sounds racist. Ain't no fucking body gonna believe her. She's a fucking pig. She ain't Puerto Rican, she ain't Dominican, she ain't Haitian, she ain't Indians, and yeah, she's a fucking racist. That's what they're gonna say, and that's what they're relying on. And yes, it does sound racist. It does. Because how can so many people who was good get into that? Because they get scared. Because even within their own community, they threaten people. How I know? I called up for my 401k. I got some money up in there. So, of course, like I said, when they see, and it comes with the story with the 911, when they see that you're doing something, because remember, NYPD is using their badge to get you surveilled, and when they boss tell them no, they still do it anyway. So they got the neighbors listening in on everything I'm saying and watching, because they all connected to my thing. So they heard that I'm calling my 411 because all of a sudden money stopped missing in my account. Them motherfuckers was taking distributions on my money while I was in the hospital and hiding it. How they hid it? They took all the interest that I was earning. So the regular money stayed the same, but my interest thing. Say, for instance, I used to get $4,000 in interest. Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting 2, maybe 1.5. So when I talked to them about it, oh, the interest rate went down. Well, the economics right now, Miss G, is bad. So, you're not earning that much interest anymore, Miss G. Because they want to talk all this lingo like you're dummy. Because like when you see a lot of numbers, you be like, okay, whatever, the bill is right. You don't check. I check. I know about finance. You understand? So when they see, before that, when I transferred it, when the city transferred it, because the city had one agency watching it, so then the city transferred it to a private agency. So when I transferred it, they doctored it up, because what they do with your 401k, they're relying on you thinking that the stock market is bad, so you're losing money. I wasn't invested in the stock market. 2008, when the stock market was going down, because I was an officer, I transferred all my stocks into stable. And stable means it's just like a bank account. It doesn't go up. It doesn't go down. All it do is earn interest. It's not in the stock market. It's just sitting there earning interest. Whatever interest that the institution gives it, but I'm not invested. So before they switched, they sent me a letter how much interest I'm going to be earning for the next year. They're like, okay, Ms. G, we're no longer going to be in charge of your account. We're sending it to Voya, and Voya did it, and this is the interest rate you're going to be making on your account for the next year. Because Voya took over in November. So about a year later or whatever, or 2 years later, because I was in the hospital in 2020, I noticed that I wasn't getting my interest. So I said, let me check my account. I took one loan, 2014, to buy this house. I took $50,000. They gave me 40. They kept 10. They were supposed to keep 5 because it's a disability. And when a disability, see, they don't, they know, but they don't want to tell you. It was a disability. No, I took 60. They took 20. They were supposed to take 10 because it's a disability that I retired on, and it was a disability reason for me to get my house. You understand? So they were supposed to take 10. They took 20. They pocketed the other 10, and that's it. Just like they do in the grocery store, they up the prices, and then at night, they lower the prices, send one to, whatchamacallit, headquarters. The manager stay at night and siphon out whatever money that they can. Put the price regular, and all the extra money that the customer paid goes into their account. Or in certain cases like BJ's, you can get a refund. So they know that they upped the price on a certain item that day. So what they do, at night she stays, again, Latina. She stays, she sends one book to BJ's headquarters, right there on Canarsie, the Canarsie BJ's. She stays at night. So what she does is, say for instance, I bought orange juice, so she upped it $3. So she goes in at night, and whoever bought orange juice, refund $3, refund $3, refund. And that could be hundreds because, BJ's, whatever. So she got all these $3 refunds into her account, or her boyfriend's account, or husband's account, or somebody's account. You understand? But it's in a thing because everybody got to share. You can't take the money all by yourself. You got to share, you and your family. So everybody in her family who has a job is doing the same thing on their job. Whatever job it is, everybody is doctoring up, fudging paperwork. And especially, this is where it ties in, the doctoring up of the paperwork. And this is what they're doing with the 9/11. They want a retirement fund. You understand? They want a sure thing. They want to retire with that I don't know how much it is. I never inquired. They want to retire on that 9/11 money because their family got used to it. That's why they always running up to Congress trying to make Congress feel bad that the country went through a thing, because they want their money. I wish Congress stop it. It's years now. It's over 20 years. You understand? They need to stop it because it's just a sham now. It's a scam. It's a scam. I'm telling you. It's due to life. In a lot of cases, it's due to your lifestyle that you passed away, not because of 9/11 complications. And the doctor said that. The doctor said that he was threatened, and a lot of other doctors were threatened because they didn't want to go along to get along, so they went along. And a lot of these cases that's getting that money, it's fraudulent. You understand? And who do you tell when you're being threatened? Because I was in that situation. Who do I tell? Who do I tell that my superior officer just asked me to go to bring in drugs in the jail? Who do I tell? You understand? So it's a case of who do you tell, because they're putting their people in places. And when you don't do certain things, they'll come after you. Yeah, it sounds like a dream, but they come after you. I'm living proof. They come after you. Even when you leave the department and you try to live a normal life, they come after you, because now it's fada. It's fun to see you going through what you're going through just to get a delivery of food. It's fun to them. So now they wanna push you around mentally. They wanna push you around financially. Then they wanna threaten your children, because they use that, oh, they threaten my kid or blah blah blah. They use their children when they can't get you on nothing else. But from what I hear, a lot of their threats just on business, because I was trying to open a couple of businesses, and the person was trying to do business with me, because I run a financial business, and a person was doing business with me, and they trying to find out what it is. And the person was trying to do business with me and whatever, and they threatened that person. And then I was trying to do a business for matchmaking, and they told the person, don't send her the money, send me the money. They just want to make everything for themselves. Everything. And the reason why I can say that, you know, that there's some good Spanish people, because, I was starting to get real dismay about it. I'm like, it can't be everybody that think like that. But when the Spanish lady with my 401k, because getting back to my 401k, I was trying to get my 401k thing, because I found out that they stealing money out of my 401k. So I made an appointment with the agency so I can ask them, how can I get it out? And I was reading, and they said, well, you can get it out if you want to do thing on your house or whatever, and if you retired disabled, which I did, and everything. So they said they don't have to take out certain charges on you. So they only take 10% as opposed to the 20%. So they rearranged my whole 401k. Remember, I told you that I had 401k for. I didn't tell you about the 457, but I had 457, and I'm in stable. They rearranged my whole 401k. That's to tell you the nerve of some people, to make it look like I didn't pay taxes on my 401k and my 457. They said, oh, Miss G, if you're taking out, you're gonna be losing like almost $100,000 just in taxes, and just in we have to take 20% out your thing. I'm like, no. I said, I'm disabled. I said, and the sheet say that you just have to take out 10%. Oh, we have to take it out, and you have to go to the IRS to try to get the money. And meanwhile, if they take it out and I go to the IRS, they got somebody in the IRS to tell me, no, we can't. We're not allowing you to get your money back. So it's all a thing. I want my money in my hand. You understand? But they adamant about them keeping my 20%. But not only that, they rearranged my investments to make it look like I never paid taxes on any of my money. Because with the 401k and the 457, there's a Roth, which I belong to. And the Roth, it takes out taxes. When you get paid, they take the taxes, then they put in whatever you're putting into your 401, 457, and that's me. For the first 2 years, I didn't have that. I just used to put in, and then they came up with all these other things. So I told them to take out the taxes, then put it in. You understand? And they did that. For the other years, the first 2 years, I only did 5%. The rest of my years, I did the full. The third year, they was taking out 14.5. They was allowing you to take out 14.5, 14,500. So I had 2 of them. So that means I'm taking out 14 and 14, 29. I was taking out $29,000 just in my 401, my 457. Then they allow you $5,000 for a regular bond. Then they allow you $5,000 in a 529 plan. 529 plan is for your kid's college. I was saving 529 plan because my son was growing up and he wanted to go to school. And I was thinking he's going to school, and that's how I paid for his school, through my 529 plan, because I was saving up. So I was maxing out on everything. You understand? And this bastard gonna tell me that how most of my money is gonna go into stuff they gotta take out because they want they cut. Because I'm getting on their nerves now. The Dominicans and the Puerto Rican cops and the Indians cops. I'm getting on their nerves now. So now they threatening the 401 people. How I know? Because I was so upset that day I had the meeting. I couldn't believe it. The fucking audacity of the people. And I kept calling supervisors after supervisors and managers after managers. And the lady confessed. The lady said, yes, she was threatened. She's Spanish, by the way. The lady confessed that she was threatened by her community, which are officers, for her job and her children. So I told her, thank you for telling me. You understand? I told her, thank you. Because she didn't have to tell me. I could have went believing whatever. But she told me, she said, a lot of us is not trying to do that. I know it's looking bad, all these Puerto Ricans and Dominicans coming after you, whatever. It's not that. They threaten us. They threatening us too. They doing it for their family, not for the community, not for the Dominican community or the Puerto Rican community. They doing it for their specific family and all their family relatives and everything. But they're threatening. First, they use the psyche of saying, oh, she don't like Dominicans. You're doing it for the Dominicans and you're doing it for the Puerto Rican power, blah, 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 blah. But then later on, when they can't get her to do something against her job or their job in some cases, they go and threaten their family, their freedom, their children. That's what the lady told me. That's what they told me. That's what she told me. So I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. So now I know I have to go after the family. So I'm just telling you a story to let you know, for all the Dominicans who think I'm racist and all the Puerto Ricans who think I'm racist, or the Haitians or the Indians or whatever. No, it's a specific families that's bamboozling you guys to make it think it's for the community so y'all can help them. But it's all profit for their family. They don't give a shit about the community. They're doing it for their personal family. So I hope you understand. And they're doing it to not just me. They're doing it to a lot of people. What do you think the Jamie Foxx thing is? They went all the way up in Hollywood to Jamie Foxx. They went all the way up in Hollywood to Tracy Ellis and other people. They stalk YouTubers. This family, I'm telling you, because they keep coming up with ideas. They stalking YouTubers. How they stalking YouTubers? They homeboy work at FedEx or UPS. They see you because now they got you under surveillance. They going through your contact list, and they checking each one, who's working, who's not, where they working, blah blah blah. And while they checking your list, they got their girl checking out whatever. You understand? What they buy, what they watch, what they think. If they see you do something and that look lucrative, in my case, I used to watch a specific YouTuber or thing, and she was getting gifts and stuff. Because, YouTubers have to try stuff and talk about it. So they getting stuff. Here they come. They started going after the YouTubers. Yes, even the rich ones. There's a lady who has a closet full of real stuff. They went after her for all her bags. They was trying to switch her bags. They was trying to get her bags, switch the real one to real good fake ones. Like she would never know. But most women know that even though your closet is full, most women, I'm going to tell you. We know what each outfit means to us. It just looks, to the regular eye, it just looks like a pack full of closet. But no, they figure, oh, she wouldn't notice. You understand? Or I wouldn't notice or whatever. Or you wouldn't notice. But they was going in there trying to switch that lady's um, bag because she gets expensive stuff. Teresa Roma. Right. They sent in her assistant. Her assistant's cousin met Teresa at a seminar. Set Teresa up and sent the cousin to work for Teresa so they can switch the bags. He's Spanish. You understand? And then there is the Chic Maven. Then the newer one is the lady up in Canada with a lot of sneakers. There's this young lady. She works in Miami doing vlogs and stuff. They're going after everybody fraudulently. You understand? What does this have to do with 9/11? It has to do with 9/11 because they're faking and they're stalking and they are threatening. So they know the UPS driver. They ask the UPS driver to call up in Miami. They give the person's name, find out the address, start stalking her packages. One of them was on film. The UPS driver dropped the package. Then as soon as he dropped the package, his homeboy came and picked it up. Made it look like they didn't know each other. Soon as he dropped it, because he has to tell his job the truth, they might give him a lie detector test. Because UPS sometimes do stuff like that. So he has to, with a clean conscience, say he delivered it. The other conscience, I don't know. So he said, yes, I delivered it. They checked. They saw their man deliver it. Then later on, like 2 minutes later, or 1 minute, in his case, 1 minute later, somebody else came and picked it up. Because his homeboy followed him. He delivered, he picked up. And that's what they was doing throughout the day. And that's what, that's how they're doing it. He delivered it, homeboy or homegirl pick it up. So they can say, I delivered it. I don't know what happened. You understand? They faking stuff. So the 9/11 thing, the 9/11 thing is a sham. Some of these doctors need to get some balls. You understand? And in female case, I don't know what's the terminology, to get some guts. You can't keep doing that. Our country is falling apart. All this money being given away, and how are we going to take care of the country? We got people starving in this country. People nowhere to live or whatever. And all these people with their scams. And all these people have badges. That's another connection. They have fucking badges. Or they work for the city. And they want to fucking retire on people, hardworking people like you and I. We try to open a business. They want to know who's our vendors. You understand? So they can steal the idea. So they can have their family run whatever business you're trying to run. That's why people keep asking me, how come you ain't open your store yet? Because every time I get an idea to go sell a product or whatever, they steal it. And then they call the vendor and tell the vendor double the price, or tell the vendor, don't deal with me. Let her come through us. Never. Fucking never. You're going to buy a whole bunch of shit and you can't move it. Nobody's going to buy shit from you. Right now they have house full of clothes, shoes, sneakers, whatever, and they can't sell nothing because God is not dead. You understand? God is alive and he's not a liar. So you may get the idea, but you just won't know how to use it. So also all you Latinos and Latinas that's not in their cipher, please think about it. If they ask you to do stuff on your job, don't risk your job. Because it's getting to a point that the FBI is looking out for every member in that family. And every member in that cipher. Don't get caught up. Okay? Say no. Thank you for coming, everybody. I do appreciate it. Have a good evening. Click like, click share, and become a subscriber. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.